I could analyze some video. So Daniel Cavalcanti decided to send me some video of his fight, and he want me to analyze. So that's what I'm gonna do with a lot of pleasure. So the video, okay. You know what? We have time, guys, and it's not a long video. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna just first watch it with the sound and everything, and after we're gonna analyze.
Uma passagem. No final ali eu consegui virar ele, mas quis estabilizar o centímetro, ele ficou do lado e ele passar. O primeiro campeonato no Zoom, eu não competi mais. A experiência.
Olha, Daniel, atenção nele. Sai da frente dele, sai da frente dele. Olha, ele vai querer estar de queda. Segura essa manga dele. Ele vai querer entrar na tua perna, Daniel.
Eu vacilei. Ele passou, vacilei, caralho. Tava com uma parte meio que encaixada lá, cara, aí larguei.
Não deixa, não aceita, Daniel. Não larguei, não aceita. Fica na perna.
Minha galera.
Daniel, trabalhar de coxa, rapaz. Olha, vamos trabalhar, rapaz, de coxa, Daniel. Contrário, contrário. Combina essa manga dele aí, direito, Daniel. Aí, agora arrasta aí, depois ele arrasta aí, ó. Não, contrário, Daniel, contrário. Contrário, Daniel, contrário. Daniel, de meia não. Não deixa ele abraçar com a cabeça aí, bicho. Fica de lado, Daniel, fica de lado. Vai ficando de lado, Daniel. Olha, Daniel, fica de lado aí, bicho. Aí, aproveita agora. Balança ele e fica de lado. Balança e fica de lado. Mantém esse braço firmado, que é importante, hein? Vai. Bora, Daniel. Daniel, vamos ficar de lado, Daniel. Daniel, vamos ficar de lado aí, ó. Isso, balança ele agora. Vai. Não deixa ele abraçar a sua cabeça, hein, mano. Daniel, balança ele, Daniel. Tem 2 minutos, bicho. Tá perdendo, 2-0. Bora, Daniel. Bora, Daniel. Faz a ponte pra cima do braço ele atacar, hein. Bora. Aí, Daniel, vamos ficar de lado aí, bicho. Aí, ó. Bora. Aí, ó. Esgrima aí, vai subir com as costas dele, mano. Aí, agora. Aí, balança ele agora. Agora. Vamos balançar pra raspar. Bora. Vai saindo com as costas. Vamos. Bora. Bicho, vai saindo pra cá, pro lado da esgrima. Vai saindo pro lado da esgrima, mano. Boa, meio-dia. Meio-dia ação. Bora, Daniel. Aí, ó, legal a perna. Vamos raspar ele, bicho. Vamos sair pras costas agora. Sai pras costas, Daniel. Não deixa ele passar aí, bicho. Fecha a minha guarda. Não me empurra esse joelho dele aí. Empurra, aí, velho. Empurra, não deixa ele montar, bicho. Explode numa vez só se for subir. Aí, pode, explode. Daniel. Tira essa base. Não, Daniel. Não, bicho. Repõe de novo. 30 segundos. 30 segundos, Daniel. Vamos, repor aí, vamos raspar, bicho. Não dá as costas. Não dá. Não dá as costas. Tem que ser, né? Tirou. 10 segundos. 5 segundos, Daniel.
Okay, so that's actually I found a very interesting fight, because there's a lot of in this video we see a lot of mistake that white belt do. Okay, so if you are a white belt, or even if you are an instructor, that's a good video to watch, because you can see some typical mistake. Okay, so now I'm gonna analyze. So I'm gonna take off the sound. Okay, and we're gonna start from 0. So first of all, let's start to fight. So this is okay. They decide. So okay, so Daniel is the one on the right. Okay, is the Gracie Barra, the guy with the logo Gracie Barra on his pants. The video is. Can I make a video bet? I didn't check that, but I think I am at the maximum of quality. So sorry about that. So Daniel do a good job right now. He's doing a very good job. He's grabbing. You see, he's grabbing the guy. Okay, and he's trying to do some kind of kazushi. So he's trying to push and pull the guy to make him lose a balance. And it's what you have to do. The only problem that I see is that Daniel is doing the right thing, but in the defensive position. You see, his butt is going back and is bent over. So if you bend over, you are in defensive position, and it's not very. The kazushi become very weak. So it's a good idea to make him move, because it's what you have to do. You need to understand that stand up is different than the ground, the niwaza. Okay, so when you are on your feet, it's if you grab the gi and you play judo style, it's an explosive game. You have to go and pam and go and attacking. Okay, but if you go offensive and you grab the guy, you cannot put your butt back. And some people are gonna say, oh, but maybe it was scared about a single legs or double legs. If you grab the gi, it's very difficult to do a single legs or a double legs. Okay, your opponent has to really work on how to catch you, and it's not very easy. Okay, so if you grab the lapel, if you do like Daniel right now, grabbing the lapel and grabbing the sleeve, and you want to throw your opponent, stand up straight and start to opening the guy. Okay, like we do in judo. Okay, this is 101 judo. So you make him lose balance, and you see his opponent is opening the legs, and his opponent is being very defensive. He's opening the legs and just waiting. Okay, and the problem of they are both in the defense position. This is typical of a white belt jiu-jitsu guy, because they don't or maybe never do stand up. The first thing they do is that they grab and they bring the butt as far as they can to don't get through, and they both go in the defensive position. What make the game in the stall position, stalemate position, or they can stay like that for at least 2 minutes sometime. Okay, but I want to say the grip of Daniel, it's good. He has the lapel. Okay, he has the sleeve. Boom, controlling the guy, and his opponent doesn't have a good grip. His opponent has elbow. He controls the elbow, and the other hands he control nothing. So that was a good position for Daniel. So Daniel tried to be offensive here, and again, if you want to be offensive, you need to stand up straight. Okay, you need to bring back. You can go with your butt back, but if you go offensive, you need to boom, stand up straight and go. And stand up is not like jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu, you can do half of the technique and connecting with another half of a technique, another half of the technique, and win the fight like that. In stand-up, or you go for the throw, or you go 100% for the throw, or you don't go. Because if you just go halfway, you're gonna give the opportunity to your opponent to counter-attacking you. Okay, so we are in the stalemate, typical white belt stalemate, what is normal, because they don't want to take a risk and they don't know enough knowledge. So he free his hand, his opponent free his hand, but Daniel catch it back, what is good. If you can catch the elbow, it's better, but you do what you do when you fight. Huh? So there we go, control. Okay, so now they are still in stalemate. Okay, so Daniel stand up, and that's good, but he doesn't do any oh my god, I'm bad with naming judo. He doesn't try to make him lose balance of his opponent. Okay, oh my god, judo is not my thing. So he has to make him lose balance. You have to make him lose balance to be able to attack him. And right now Daniel is standing up on his feet, but he doesn't make him lose balance. Okay, it's already a good thing, but you have to both. You have to make him move. You have to move, because right now you are both against each other. Now you go back down because maybe you felt that you were in danger. It's totally fine. It's totally okay. Okay, so now look. The problem is that if you want to throw someone, you need to go. You need to stand up straight. Do a good kuzu. Oh my god! I'm gonna go find the name. Sorry. I have to find the name because that's bad. I put it to the side because I knew I would struggle. Kuzushi. Kuzushi. So you need to do a good kuzushi, okay? You need to, and so you need to get up straight and open the guy and connect your hips with his hips, okay? Right now, the reason why he got counter is because he was way too far. You see the distance? You see the distance in between the two? Okay? That was the problem. The problem is that there's too much distance, and Daniel is too much far, and he didn't connect his hips with his opponent. So his opponent has a good reflex to grab the legs, okay? So he grabbed the legs and put it in the middle of his legs and squeeze. What is a good control, and he grabbed with one hand and grabbed the lapel with the other hands. So at that point, Daniel, the one thing he can do is to go for the hand with his right arms. It's right arms that is just there behind the head of his opponent. He can try to go for an underhook or a whizzer, and try to rip off, or at least make the hands that go around his legs weaker. Okay, and with the other one, with the other hands, he can try to go with the underhook. So you have to find a way to move the arms as high as you can and try to bring your legs as low as you can. And you see, one thing you can do also to try to don't get thrown is to bring your legs to the other side of the hips of your opponent. Any of the two. I prefer the side out, okay? The side, I prefer that you bring the legs from the, how can I explain that? I prefer that you bring the legs outside in such a way that your hips are still facing his hips. Because if you bring the legs to the other side, the problem is that you have tendency to give the back, if you know what I mean. So you see, and what Daniel do is that he tried to grab him and try to hug him. What is not the right thing to do, because you don't take off the control that he has on your legs, okay? And you cannot hug him because he has one hand that is literally pushing you away. So yeah, if someone has a legs, you need to go underhook, okay? You need to go, I don't know, I'm gonna, sorry, technical. So where you can see, so there we go. So if someone has a leg, has a control of the legs, okay, and you are here, you need to try to grab the legs here and to lift it up, okay? And with the other one, go underhook here, okay? So he has your legs, okay? Your legs in the middle of his two legs. So what you can do is to try to bring your legs outside to have him in front of you, and try to put your foot on the floor. Or what you can do is to try to go with the under wizard, okay, with the underhook here. Try to hug him. It doesn't help you because you don't have control of his hands, okay. What you're trying to do is to controlling you here and here and try to pull you down. So you need to try to have a wizard on the arms to try to bring up the arms. So now you cannot control your legs. If you understand what I'm saying, if you don't understand, you can ask me, and I'm going to try to explain more in details. Okay, so there we go. So his opponent is doing a very good job of controlling. I think he grabbed his own gi. No, he doesn't grab his own gi. So, and now, boom, he put him down. So that was a good job of his opponent. The opponent did a very good single legs, and he did exactly what he had to do to bring him down. So his opponent was good on that. So now we are on the ground, and okay, we're gonna move because we don't care about that. So let's move here. So okay, so this is a typical position that that white belt do. You see, you have a hook inside here, and I got to I ride with Daniel, and Daniel answered me back, and he told me that he was trying to do a butterfly, and it is possible to do a butterfly with one hook. Okay, it is absolutely possible, but what you need to do is to be sure that your chest and his chest are not connecting. Okay, so you need to frame him, create some distance, and you create some distance from your chest to his chest, and you shrimp to the other side. So you shrimp like that. Look, so this is the position, okay, here, and with this leg is out and my opponent is here. So you see, when you are here, you have two choices. So or you move that way and you bring your foot on the ground and you go for half guard, try to bring your knee in, and you go right away for half guard. Don't wait him to smash you. Or you go to the other side. So because we have a gi, you can grab the guy and try to move back here and kick it and turn. But you need to create some distance. Or another thing you can do is you can grab arms and head arms of the other side of your leg. So if I have my right legs up, I'm gonna grab his right arms, okay, and connect and try to turn, boom, okay. Or what you can do that I will prefer is to try to bring your two hooks in and try to go up. But you need to understand that one hook's in and one hook's out, it's already a bad beginning. And you're back flat on the ground, it's already a bad beginning for any butterfly, okay? Because you can smash easily their legs. So my advice in generally, if we're doing a gi, because in no gi sometimes it changes, but in gi it will be to just go to half guard, okay, for safety, okay? Because it's difficult. In no gi, I will play more. I will try to bring my other hooks in and try to elevate the guy. But in gi, because of the friction, it's more difficult to move. So some movements are more difficult. So I will more go to the half guard. But one thing you need to understand is that if you cannot close the gap, and this is for white belt, and you can write it, okay? If you cannot close the gap on someone, okay? If the guy doesn't have is not in middle of your two legs, okay? It's better to go to the side, okay? Because if you have one leg in and one leg out, and your back is on the floor, this is the best way to get caught in the what I call smashing half guard and start to lose the fight and start to be in worse position. And it's what happened in that fight. Okay, in that fight, what happened is exactly that. Daniel tried to go for a butterfly, and the guy right away, he bring his two knees down and gonna go to the side. You see, he's gonna go to the side here and gonna move to the side, and because Daniel, I mean, I don't know what happened because the video is not good, but clearly, I think we're gonna go pam 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 pam. So I don't really understand, but yeah, there we go. And now his opponent, you see, he put his knee down, and because and Daniel couldn't put the knee in front, so he couldn't frame the hips of his opponent, and he ended up in the half guard smash it, where he doesn't have the knee, he doesn't have the underhook. So the guy, the guy is really dominating and improving his position. Okay, so you need to understand that or you put your knee in front your opponent, or you go for a very strong underhook. But at any point in time, if you end up in half guard, you should never have your back flat on the ground. Remember, if you are in half guard, if you have your back flat on the ground, that means you losing. Okay. So there we go. So you see now Daniel has a back flat on the ground, and he couldn't have put the hooks. So his opponent do a good job to catch his head and keep it flat on the ground. And now you see Daniel is trying to grab the hams to rip off the hams, but you don't have enough strength to do that. You never have enough strength. So at that point, 101, we go to 101. If you are smashed, okay, here, and you are already getting smashed, okay, so what you do is that you try to push the hips away and you try to shrink and bring your knee in front, okay, or going for the underhook. But you don't let your opponent putting you flat on your back, because if you are flat on your back, you losing the fight. You see, I have a hard time to put my knee. I have a hard time to do anything, so I have to be here. You see, my knee is in front. I'm here, framing, stopping the guy. Okay, so that's what you have to do. So you see, and I can see Daniel is doing that. I have the feeling he's doing that. But what Daniel did also is that I think he was so much worried to, and this is typical white belt, he was too much worried to keep the leg of his opponent in middle of his legs, that he didn't took the risk of shrimp. Okay, and the problem of doing that is that you yes, you lock yourself with your opponent and you stall the game, but you don't progress, you don't go anywhere. So sometimes you just need a hook to control his knee. Okay, you don't need to always squeeze like a crazy. You just need the hooks, and you can shrimp. And if you're able to put the knee in, is way better than to lock his legs forever. Okay, so and now his opponent is working to free his gi. Okay, so if you want to get rid of the cross face, the one thing you can do is to try to, oh my goodness, I did the mistake. So what you can do is to try to push the hams on top of your head, and I do that very often. When someone has a cross face and me in half guard, I'm usually putting my two hands and push the hams on top and try to go for the legs. You can go for deep half guard, yeah, you can go for deep half guard, or you can go back to underhook. I mean, you have an option, but you have to free this control of the head. And in gi, it's very difficult, because you see he's grabbing the gi of his opponent and grabbing the gi of Daniel, and he doesn't let go. So that's not easy. So now what his opponent tried to do is to grab the lapel to have even a stronger cross face. So, and Daniel for a moment free his face. That was good. That was good. But now it becomes very difficult to Daniel to escape. Like anybody in this situation will really struggle. So okay. So you see, you should always frame your forearms. What Daniel is doing is something that, you know what, even blue belt will make that mistake. Even sometimes purple belt make that mistake. They are hugging you. So I mean, you're doing nothing when you hug someone. You have to try to frame his face. Remember, when you're on the bottom, you want to create some distance with your opponent to try to be able to go back to a close guard. Okay, to go back to a more efficient, a more safe guard, and a guard where you can try to sweep or attack your opponent. Okay, so now, okay, so now his opponent make a big mistake. So he tried to attack in Americana, but you see the arms, and this is typical white belt. These arms below the head of Daniel, he didn't move it to the. He has to move it to the other side of his head, and because he didn't move it to the other side of his head, he gonna fail the Americana. So that was a mistake from his opponent. Okay, because you have to decide, or you control, you have a cross face, or you go for the Americana. So of course it doesn't work. So I see Daniel trying to grab the legs many times. So I don't know what he was trying to do. I know that there's sweep that you can do by grabbing the knee and try to sweep, but I cannot really judge about that because I don't really know what he was trying to do. But anyway, if you want to sweep someone by grabbing the pants like that, you need to have control of the other arm. So he was trying to grab the left legs. So you need to control the right arms, okay? Not the cross-face arms, but the other arms of your opponent. Because like that, you can try to rock him, okay? But his opponent, so you see now Daniel is doing a good job to have an underhook, and that's good. But you need to shrimp. You need to bring your butt out. You need to bring your butt out. You need to shrimp out. And you see, Daniel is squeezing the legs of his opponent, and his opponent make a mistake. By the way, you should always try to bring your foot close to your butt, not your knee. At a purple and higher level, if you do this kind of mistake, you can get swept. There's people that are very good in the bottom half guard. They're gonna sweep you like that. So you need to make sure that the position is. You see, when you are in half guard, okay, the position should be always here. Okay, you should go here, boom and boom. Okay, should be the legs. Okay, if you have the legs like that, you are susceptible to sweep. Okay, but I mean, this was more a criticism on his opponent than on Daniel. So, but Daniel, what he has to do is at that point is to try to shrimp as much as he can. Okay. But it's not easy for Daniel to shrimp because he has a very strong cross face, so it's even difficult to move. Anybody in this situation will struggle to escape or to do anything. Okay. So now his opponent, so the underhook is good, but because it's not deep enough, it doesn't do a lot. So okay, come back. So you see what he's trying to do. Daniel's trying to elevate, has to stop the cross face, and these arms doesn't do nothing because and make you feel comfortable. Okay, putting the hands like that make you feel comfortable, but it doesn't stop him to control the position. It doesn't improve your situation. It just make that you feel less pain in your face, and that's a typical mistake of beginner. So you see, he should try to use his hands there to push his hips to try to shrimp to the side, because right now he's flat on the back. Okay, he's flat on the back, and now the position of his opponent is I think Daniel could escape right now. But now his opponent is doing a good job. He's pushing away the knee, and he bring the knee down, and he try to go to mount. So Daniel is doing a good job here to lock. That he has to lock. At that point, you have to lock. So the problem is that Daniel has the hands as the hands to the other side. So you see, his hands here is the other side. So now he has the two hands isolated. Okay. So in this situation, what you need to do is to try to connect the two hands together. So the guy is on top of you, okay, and you are here, and you can see. Wow. Sorry. There we go. Sorry. So this is the beauty of life. So you go like that, and the guy has a knee here, and you have the two hands separate. Okay, so you have one hand to one side and one hand to the other side, and you cannot do a lot like that. So you need to bring your two hands together, okay? Bring elbow close. Always remember, elbow close together. So now what you need to do is to try to frame his hips. with your elbow. Okay, make sure that your elbow doesn't go to that side, because you're giving the back and it cuts your back. So go here and try to now frame his hips, okay, by using your forearms, and now push his legs and try to recover the position. Okay, you are here pushing in and going here, and now you go here and you turn and you go for the underhook. You escape of the beginning of the mount. Okay, so I think I show some video of that. This is a very basic escape of mount. Okay, you can do it escaping of mount, or you can do it escaping of I call that sushi half guard, because I don't want to be I don't want to always say shitty half guard, but or they call that four quarters half guard. I don't remember. So, but you need to frame his hips and to try to push back the knee in the middle of your legs, okay, and strip out. So you see your two hands are separate one of each other. So I am gonna have to check. Yeah, of course, you see my face. I always do that. So you see. So and now Daniel is grabbing the arms, okay, but grabbing the arms doesn't do nothing, because he need to deal with the knee. So grabbing the hands doesn't stop your opponent. And you see, grabbing the belt here, it doesn't do. You have to bring your elbow. So always imagine that. So in this video, we learned 3 big important things. First of all, if you try to throw someone with judo move, you need to stand up straight and make a nice kuzushi and connect your hips with these hips of your opponent and go for the throw. Okay, it cannot be half. You cannot be half squatting or half bend. You need to be on tall and boom. Second of all, if you are not in the close guard, and if you end up in any half guard, like half guard or reverse de la riva, you need to don't have your back on the ground. Okay, if your two shoulders touch the floor, that means you are getting beat. And what was the other thing? Yeah, the other thing. Jiu-Jitsu, it's about trying to always have your elbow close to your chest and your knee close to your chest, okay? You always want to have your knee and your elbow close to your chest, okay? So you always want to be like that. Look, like that, okay? This is the position here. If you can bring your knee as deep as you can, you're gonna be safe here. At the moment where you have your arms getting separate to each other, it's a bad news, okay? And your hands become weaker. The moment you start to have your knee going down, it's a bad news. So you always, if you're on the bottom, you always have to be here, okay? Your back against the floor or to the side like that, and always connecting, okay? Never give the back and never open your arms wide, okay? And always using two hands together, okay? Two hands together, except if you try to choke or the stuff. But if you are in defensive and you just try to recover, and you always try to bring your two knees together and always be here, okay? A ball. You have to become a ball, okay? And that's what that's the problem of a lot of beginner, of every beginner, by the way. Okay, so and now his opponent mount. So now I think Daniel was trying to grab the legs back, okay, but he doesn't using his hands to help me. Okay, he tried to stop the cross face, but he should use his two hands to try to push the knee down. And now look, so you need to frame with your forearms his hips, okay, but right now you see Daniel doesn't frame the hips of his opponent, and he has his arms to the other side. It's like more or less like he's in the arm drag position. So his opponent has his back. Now he's gonna go for the back. Okay. So at that point, I think the coach of his opponent was like yelling 10 seconds, 10 seconds. So because he was winning and he has no reason to take more risk, okay, his opponent didn't really attack for anything. I think he just stay like that and stall until the end, because okay, maybe you get one penalty, but too bad, you're gonna win anyway. So and at that point if someone is in mount, okay, if someone is in mount, basic stuff, okay. If someone is in mount, look, you keep your elbow tight, okay, and I like to keep my head on the ground. I glue my head on the ground, elbow tight, and I'm here, okay, and I'm trying to grab one hand, say sweep, okay, but I try to push the knee down, always protecting your neck, okay, because in here you can easily get choked, okay, so you need to be here, always, never move more than 45 degrees, okay, you are here, 45 degrees, no more, okay, and always you see my elbow framing his hips. If my elbow move too much like that, and his hips start to go behind my my triceps, is done. He can push me, he can catch my back, and I'm in big trouble. Okay. So yeah, I think his opponent didn't really attack right now. He's winning 6-0. That's my understanding. So no. Yeah, 6-0, I think. 6-0. There was no point to try to submit and maybe lose a position and everything. Okay, so he played it safe. What in tournament, I will do exactly the same thing. So that's it. At the end of the day, what we learn is three principles. If you are grab the lapel and the sleeve like Daniel did, he did a very good job at that point. You have to stand up straight and go for a very strong kuzushi and try to connect your hips with your opponent, stay very close and go. There's no in between in the throw. Or you go for the throw, or you don't go for the throw, and this is very difficult. It's very difficult to understand. It's not only very difficult to understand; it's very difficult to do it. Second of all, if you are on the ground and you end up in half guard, so no. If you want to do butterfly, try to put the two hooks in, okay, and try to stand up straight. If you are flat on your back and you do butterfly, I know that there is Marcelo Garcia that were able to sweep people in with the back flat on the ground, but it's most of the time very difficult, mostly for beginners. So it's better to sit and to grab the guy. Third of all, if you end up in half guard or any position where the guy start to pass, don't put your back flat on the floor, because if you put your back flat on the floor, that's a sign that you're helping your opponent to actually pass your gap. And what else? Yeah, always keep your elbow in and your knee close to your chest. Okay, always tight. And if someone mount on you, don't try to hug them. Okay, I know that a lot of beginner they do that, but you're just stalling you, and you are not helping yourself. Okay, keep your elbow tight. Okay, and try to frame and try to make try to create distance. Last one, if the hips of your opponent start to go on your triceps, that's a bad sign. That's a sign that he's starting to catch your back. You have to be able to frame his hips with your forehand. Okay, frame his hips with your forehand if he's in mount. If he's in mount of you. Okay, and that's it. So I know it's tough to be criticized like I did. I try to be the most respectful possible, but I wanted to be honest. I want you that when you watch this video, you know what you did wrong, you know what you did right, and you know what to improve. So I was the most sincere as I can. I thank you very much, Daniel, to trust in me and to want me to analyze your fight. I love to do that, okay, and make me very happy. And if other people want me to analyze their video, I will be more than happy to analyze the video. Just let me know. And that's it, guys. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye.